Problems never stop again. God love plenty. You wake up today, you dey breathe. Count your blessings, make you see. Fire, jere, kuze, manda, eji dime. Fire, jere, live life today. I love my day. Chabula, chabula, live life today. I love my day. Happy Sunday, my people. I greet you. Good evening. Thank you, Aviola. I greet you. You're welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, good evening. Good evening, Nura. You're welcome. Adeshito, I greet you. Happy Sunday. As I came earlier today. Hey, my brother Henry, I greet you. Good evening. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I greet you. Bolali, I sight you. Good evening. So, my people, you're welcome to this live broadcast. I know I made some posts that is generating a lot of response, and I was wondering, maybe somebody who has something to say in response to the videos. Good evening. Yeah, like I said, we are open to hear your opinion, how you are reasoning. I tell the reason, and we want to know too. So that's why I'm kind of leaving it open and saying, have your say, right? So good evening. I greet you, Mick. Good evening. So, I'm leaving it open. I don't know if anybody wants to add something. Otherwise, in the absence of that, there was some things that like I wanted to talk about before on Friday. On Friday was the International Widows Day. So maybe we can go straight and talk about that. Yes, my music. Good evening, Ibrahim. I greet you. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. So, I don't know what is interesting for. Does anybody have any contribution? It's the end of no, just starting. All your problems never stop talking. No. Well, love plenty. You wake up today, you dey breathe. Count your blessings, make you see. Yes, so. So this is the link. Yeah, if anybody wants to join and have your say. For example, the question I'm asking is the video that I posted, especially about, what it actually means when you are asking for to separate from Nigeria. So if there's anybody that has a contrary opinion, that has something else to say, like that has another contrary view, explanation to what I put out in that video, you are welcome to come and explain to us. Happy Sunday. Ferdinand, I greet you. Good evening, everybody. Okay, so in the absence of that, I wanted to talk about something else that was going on Friday, and I didn't get to talk about it, or like it came to me later on that I supposed to have addressed it. So it's about the International Widows Day, and one of the main thing I'm talking about here all the time is what IPOB is doing through all these people they call their ESN or volunteer or they had one thing going, and that is taking out people who disagree with them. And recently with this ESN, and what has been going on in the South is um, a lot of breadwinners, people's fathers, people's husbands have been taken. And that means that we have a lot of young people that don't have husbands, they don't have fathers. Now we have a lot of children. So I feel like this is something that needs to be taken into consideration, because when they are talking about this Widows Day, the UN put out that Widows Day, 23rd of June, as the International Widows Day. Many of us will know a widow, we have come across a widow, or our parents were also widow, or our moms were widow at one time or the other. And the challenges that come with being a widow in a place like Nigeria, in the way the culture enables people who want to take advantage of people in a situation like widowhood. And I feel like what can we do as a people, and that people begin to even take it into consciousness. Uh, what causes the suffering for widows, and what can be done so that to make it better, like from the point of preventing the suffering, should anything happen to you as the breadwinner, as the father, and also to the point of the people who are already widows now. What is the community doing for them? What is the state government doing for them? What is the Minister of Women Affairs doing for them? Something like that. So I was thinking that maybe we can talk about it, because it's all coming together. You understand? When there's a high crime rate, there's a lot of things that is going on a daily basis. A father is leaving the family, the money is going out. There's no guarantee it's going to come back. And who is going to bear the brunt? The wife, right? Greetings, Adamu. I greet you. You right? So who is going to bear the brunt? Nobody is talking about it. So you see me talking about IPOB and trying to stop the criminalities that they are doing. I know I'm just one person. There's so much I can do. But why am I doing this? What is my motivation? Because I know when you go to the villages, you can see the multiplier effect of what carnage IPOB has brought onto the Igbo and Igbo land and the people. And it's going to take another generation and not 2 generations to, even if at all, is going to make it better. Because a situation that is bad, you now bring a group of people that come and make it very worse. So you have a couple, husband and wife, they are managing their life, they are managing with their children, and because of some ranter from somewhere in abroad, somewhere they are doing IPOB, they want to do Biafra, all those things, they are taking out actively fathers. Those ones inside the bush, they are fathers. Those ones that they are buying every day, they are fathers. Those ones that are on the way, that they take them because of the things they want to collect from them, they kidnap them, put them inside the bush, buy them, do them anyhow, throw them. All those ones they are throwing inside the borrow pit, fathers. Right? We saw it that day. That man, they said his name is Ugochukwu Oliora. Then the man was like, okay, can I say one word to my wife? Let me talk to my wife. For what we hear, bye. Next thing they are drawing it, next thing they put him inside Boropi. This is why I am doing this. Some people think that I want to make money. No, it's because of the multiplier effect. Because if you live in the village, you will know there are many people that when you have families in this situation, when you have mothers with little children and they become widow, what do you think is going to happen to that woman and that children? With no support system, with a system that see them automatically as the enemy, as people who come, who have no value, blah, blah, blah. Everybody, they are out there to take advantage of them. And, and also, how can you, as a father, as a husband, make room for a better outcome for your family in case if anything happens to you? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this live video. Yeah, so I don't know whether you're a man or a woman. I greet you. Good evening. So what I'm saying is we have IPOB, ESN. Since they came into the play, they have been taking out our people. They have been taking out our people. Since they came into the limelight, they've been taking out our people. Taking out fathers, taking out young men in their prime. Taking them out, putting them inside borrow pits, kidnapping them, firing them, doing everything. And we have a litany of widows everywhere. And these widows have children. And those children, they don't have anybody that will take care of them. The politics is not even talking about how to take care of widows and children that are coming from families that they don't have breadwinners. Nobody's talking about them. The other time, I showed you guys a video of this baby factory in Abia State. And then there's also the video of this Odumodu where he put those girls inside his house, that ESN commander. And some of those women, they are pregnant, some they carry baby for her. And now that Odumodu don't buy another set of widow and orphans, right? Okay. You see, the other day, they busted this one Ashawo house in Oba, in Anambra State. Small girls of 30 years, now they pack full for there. It's somebody that puts them there and uses them to do Ashawo work, and they will be paying them money every day. They went to bust that place open. Where do you think those girls come from? Why do you think they're in that situation? Because they don't have fathers. They don't have provider. It is very easy to go and remove people from their home when there is no father there, when there is really when the mother is barely trying to meet up. And sometimes when the suffer is too much, the mother too will not stay long, everybody will go. So you people need to put your feet on the ground and think about the havoc that is being caused in Alibo, because it is something that is going to be generational. You are creating widows, you are creating orphans that don't have anybody to help them, have no role model, have nobody to go and meet. Look at that man that they took him inside the bush and put his neck for this thing and buy like say that they call chicken. Eh? The children they see their papa, they buy them like that. The wife there, they don't get mama again. Look at that philanthropist. He left his wife in Lagos. He want to come to the village to do meeting, how to help his people. They buy him. The wife and the children, they are not going to see. They don't turn to widow like that. You know, what are you going to do with the widows and the orphans you are creating? All of you that are raising hand, all of you that are abroad and paying money and sponsoring this thing, they have created generations of orphans and widows, people that are going to, like, what they are going through day to day, that nobody will ask them what are they going to eat, what are they going to drink, are they going to school, are they going to learn work? Nobody care. Nobody care. Those politicians that are sponsoring Kano and hiding mouth and pushing they don't have even the public school that military people left for them. They did not build it. The public school are like goat house. Nothing is going on there. Bush. Covered in bush. Nothing. It's only school where you pay school fees that you can see teacher inside. Who is going to pay the school fees for those orphans that their mama never see themselves? Who is going to pay the school fees? All these people that they have paid so far, how many of them? Men. People's husband, people's fathers. One of the problems that we had after the war is orphans, fatherlessness. Fatherlessness is a big issue. It's a big issue since from the war, after the war, fatherlessness, and now quadruple fatherlessness in Alibo. As let Igbo people come together, like you can, let's say out of 100, how many of them still have their father? How many of them grow from with their father? They are not up to 50% that grow up with their father. You are creating fatherless, and those women that are support, they are doing what do you think you are supporting? You are creating how do you think your society will be in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? These people you have taken out, they are breadwinners, the person that will give them direction. When they are going out, they'll say, where are you going? They hear their father's voice, they will hear, they will come back. What kind of society do you think you are going to have? You know that the problem with Nigeria and is the high rate of joblessness and insecurity is because people don't have anybody that will teach them values. There is no value system. There is no value. So the mother is overwhelmed. The family will be looking for her, do like, hey, you want to stay? They will not give her the inheritance that is due to her. She will be scraping, and then the children will be out of control, doing anything, anyhow. Who will ask them? Nobody care. The government don't care. The government in Igbo land, the Minister of Women Affairs or the Ministry of Women Affairs, they don't care. They're not looking out for the children. They don't care. And do you think it's by magic that all this number of people are inside the bush because they hear the voice of somebody that they don't know? Because that is the first time they are having a sense of belonging. Ipob, Kano, and his people, they understand what is going on. They know that our young people lack direction. They know that the young people in the village, they lack direction. They lack that love. No one is bringing them close. Their father have gone many years ago. And then they now say they are one family. They're not giving them a false sense of family. And those ones will not think that they now belong to this family. Maybe their father family, you know how it is. They will disinherit them. They will not give them their due. They will collect everything their papa worked for, especially when the children are still young. They now tell them that they are one family, that they should not come together. All in the name of freedom. Yeah. So, my people, I'm sorry that I was talking before you came in. You're welcome to this live video. First of all, I want to say that if you have anything to say because of the videos I put out, if you want to add something, if you have any other explanation, if you don't agree with us, you have your own mind, you have your own analysis of how the reality of things are, come and tell us. I've shared the link. I can share the link again. Come join the link, join the stream and tell us. So in the absence of that, I was trying to remember the Women's International Widows Day. It was on Friday, just this past Friday, 23rd of June. And I was talking about it in relation to what IPOB and ESN and all their people that went before them, their BSS, their volunteer, their Lion Squad, it's the same people. What they have been doing all these years is that they have been busy taking out all the fathers, mainly fathers. Even some cases they take out the women also. You remember, for example, that army woman that wanted to go and do marriage where they buy on the road. Do you know her daughter was with her? Her daughter was with her there when they buy her in that way. Her daughter was there. So they don't care whether you get pikin, whether you no get pikin. So what they are busy creating is a load of orphans, young people that don't have father, they don't have direction, they don't have anybody to care for them, they don't have anybody to carry the interest of their future in their mind and say, be interested really. And the government that is sponsoring IPOB, the government that is tacitly supporting IPOB, they are not doing anything. They don't have any plans for their youths. For them, it's only their political office that they are looking for, is the beginning and the end. They don't know that without the society, there will be no political office, right? They don't care about the society, and the society have lost all forms of value system, no value system. Well, everybody's looking, what will I get? What will I get? What will I get? And you are creating orphans every day, widows every day. And you don't have any office, you don't even have public school where children that don't have fathers that can pay school fees can go and get good education, right? What kind of society do you think you are creating? What kind of society do you think you are creating? Today, they said that they busted a baby factory in Adamawa border of Nigeria, right? Do you know that Adamawa is not too far from us? It's just on top of after Nsukka, just on the right like this. On that place, they found a baby factory. Your guess is as good as mine. The people that are running it, between Adamawa and Cameroon. And keep in mind, the people of southern Cameroon, they are also doing this thing our people in Alibo are doing, that they are looking for Ambazonia. And more than 5 years now, that place is desolate, nothing is going on. Many of the people are in something like refugee camps. Did you hear any international media carrying it? No. I've seen Adeola Faye who even doing donation, trying to get help, some kind of aid for those refugee people. I've not seen it on CNN. I've not seen it on any mainstream media. That's why when I'm saying, are you people thinking about what you are doing? Think about the widows. Huh? So what I'm trying to say again is, you that you are a young man, a young father, a husband, think about it. What if you come out today, you no come back? What plan have you made? Have you put things in place that in case they find me, they no see me? How will my family fare? That's where you start from, to put things in order, because nobody knows tomorrow and everything is unpredictable. So think about that, because the situation of widows and the children that they carry is too bad. It's very poor, and it is very important to remember that there is no guarantee that anybody's going to go old, anybody's going to go, that kind of a thing. But for you to put plans in place, concrete plans, and you know that if anything happens to you, that your children are going to be okay, that your wife will be able to take care. You understand me? So even if it is to put trust fund for them, for their school, to empower your wife. There are some people that they don't want their wife to do anything. They will say, stay at home, don't pursue your, be staying at home, be staying at home, be doing, you understand? By the time the woman will be staying at home, she will not have the capacity or the skill to face outside, to do things with people, to interact. She will already subdued. But then if anything happen, they don't see you. Wahala don't come. Because she know first sabi, she know they go out there. She don't have any idea what is going on outside. So that is a no. If you are thinking, if you are someone that think far, think about it, that if anything happen and they find you, they no see you, how this woman go take cope, how this woman go take cope with the children, right? And even not only women, not only men, even women, you have to be thinking, if anything happen to you, what will happen to your child? What plan are you making for your children? Because there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. So when we are talking about this, but most of the time it's mainly men, because the men are always out there the whole time, most of the time. But these days, because of change of everything, women are also out there every day. So everything can happen to both gender. So it's good for us to be thinking. And if we see what they are doing in the name of Biafra and taking out people's parents, we know that in the future it's going to be difficult, because we have a lot of young people that are growing up without anybody guiding them, without anybody telling them this is good or this is bad. You don't have, so you are like imploding your own micro society within Nigeria. Before you even leave Nigeria, you are already destroying the structure of your own society. You understand me? Yeah. Yes, so they want to bring distance state to zero. Yeah. So then another news that was trending the other time is this OPM helper that help all those young boys. The video was all over the place. He helped those boys, and those boys, they went to they went to Cyprus, and they were busy doing dorime there, living large. And then they were saying the man was using their destiny, that the man was using their destiny to fly private jets. So they are not going to just accept that the man will be using their destiny to be flying private jets. Hey, God. So some things that people do, they don't really understand what they are doing, but they are doing it anyway. So there's this belief that in Nigeria that somebody can use your destiny. You have that destiny, you are not using it. Those boys, they have that destiny. They were serving in a restaurant, they were security. I think they had only OND. And then this man came to help them. So what I want to say is, somehow, not generally say I'm against the man that is doing good. What is he called now? Let me type it, what I wanted to say. Yeah, I saved those videos that time. Let me see if I will pull out some of those videos. Just a minute, guys. Let me see, because I saved those videos, but I didn't have the time to do that video that time. Yeah, I wanted to do this video because I feel like sometimes we want to help somebody, but we are not doing the right help. Right? You understand what I mean? Like, your intentions are good to help somebody, but the way you are going about it, it can bring questions for you, and then they will begin to wonder that why did you do it, and all those kind of a thing. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've seen the video that I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, this is the boys. So you can see the people that they sent them to. They used to work in a restaurant. That was how they even got to know them. Good evening. I've not, it's true, I've not done that. I forgot. It's true. Hmm. Yeah, I will I promise I will do that. I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, so my people, in this video I want to talk about these boys. So these boys, they were they were serving in a restaurant. I think they were doing security. Yeah, so they call them happy boys. So they were dancing, and they were dancing while on duty, so they were sacked. So the thing was giving uproar at the time. So that pastor, OPM pastor in Port Harcourt, he now went to gather them, and then he sent them on a scholarship to Cyprus. So these are the people that went to Cyprus. This is what they are doing in Cyprus. This is how they are going to school. There's a video that when they were going to school, you needed to see. I couldn't find that video anymore. So they were kind of dressed gallantly and going to that classroom. I was like, what it be this now? You understand? So I was just looking at it. I was just laughing. So what do I want to say about this video? The thing is, if you want to help somebody, let me show you that video that I'm talking about. So this is the boys. So they send them to school. So this is how they are arriving in school. Yeah, I wanted to show you these guys this video. Uh, let's see them coming. This is Cyprus, and see them coming. See them coming. They are going to class. They are going to class like this. So, and then you see, it's almost like dignitaries are coming, and this is the classroom. So, and I'm looking at this whole setup and I'm just wondering, like, well, like it's looking almost like, I don't know what kind of school is this. Like, is it a school in Cyprus that they recruit Nigerian students from Nigeria to come and go there and go to school? Like, I don't understand. But that's, by the way, I don't want to go there per se, right? But I'm just saying that you see somebody in Nigeria, and they are working and you want to help them. They say they sack them. The best thing you can do for them is you look for somebody else that can give them a job. Okay, if you want to send them to school, you give them a school in Nigeria there. Nigeria have so many universities. You will find a way for them to go to a school in Nigeria so that they will still have access to their families, right? Because you are not sending them abroad, and abroad to Cyprus. And everybody know that in that Cyprus, there's really nothing going on there, right? You now send them to that Cyprus, and now they are there misbehaving, doing anything, and then they are now calling on you to come and give them money and all those kind of a thing. Because normally when you send somebody abroad to study, you have to sponsor the person. Yes, because those that abroad, they don't really have many options to work, to live, and all those things. So if you want to send somebody abroad for studies, you have to sponsor the person. You have to sponsor that person until the end of that studies, because you signed up for it, right? And you have to be thinking that if anything happened to that person there at the time you are sending that person there, it's going to be on your head. So some kind of help, some kind of help, you have to think about it. I see what that man is doing. Most of the time, he will go and bring people from where they are. For example, that Deborah, you know what happened to that Deborah in Sokoto? He now carry the family. I think the family are somewhere from north there. He now carry the family to Port Harcourt, right? I feel like if you want to help somebody, help them where they are, right? There where they are, Give them what you can give them. Let them remain in their environment. Because if you take somebody out of their environment and go and put them in another environment, it's going to be hard. Many people, they will not be able to find their feet in a new environment. But if you leave them where they are and support them there where they are, right? However you can. If your support is not coming, they still have their family, they still have their friends, they are used to that environment, they will get okay. But when you uproot somebody from any part of Nigeria and you take that person to Port Harcourt is a new terrain. They don't know themselves, they don't know their way. So you have to be available to support them for a long time. And you know that you don't have that resources. So I feel like this is a lesson, not just for that pastor, because the thing became dramatic. At some point, he was cursing them, and then he retracted the curse, and then he said he has forgiven them. It doesn't have to come to that. I feel like if you want to help somebody, one, if you want to sponsor somebody to go to studies abroad, studying abroad is not a joke, because they have to pay rent, they have to pay school fees, and the bill cannot be late by one day. No story. They will see themselves outside on the street and it's cold. So you have to think about it before you will put yourself in that responsibility that you want to send somebody abroad. If you want to give somebody scholarship, give that person that scholarship in Nigeria. You know, they, yeah, you have to take into consideration that human beings are highly ungrateful. No, you are saying that they are using your destiny to shine. The same destiny that you were having with you, but you were doing security. It is the same destiny that somebody now help you. You now say they're using your destiny, So you have to put into consideration that people are going to be ungrateful, and you have to put into consideration that sometimes when people fall back like that, are in a situation like that, there's a level of irresponsibility or something that is also playing into it. So don't overdo your help. That's just it, because these boys, as they are there now, what if they go and do bad thing? What if they go and put hand in bad thing, they put them for prison? They will say, now you carry them, go there. If you did not carry them, go there, they will not be there. They will not be exposed to that something. You understand me? So that's why I'm just saying about this OPM help, because I wanted to talk about it that time, but I didn't get to talk about it. Yeah, so yeah, my invitation is still open. Exactly, because it's not a joke. It's not a joke, and there is not so much they can do. And you know how it is because of all this problem of skin color and all those things. Before somebody will even get a job that will be able to feed them, pay their rent, it's very hard, though. It's very hard. And then if they go and put hand in bad thing, go say hot things, and if they catch them, it will fall back on you. What if they send them to jail for how many years now? Maybe 10 years, 20 years. What will you say? Right? Like these ones that are doing so irresponsible, you don't know what they are doing. You don't know what they are doing. That they went to do another video that they are not saying they are not coming back. They bought their ticket to come back to Nigeria. They say they are not coming again. No, you understand? They now did an open video. So it's better that they did an open video. So you know that okay, you have absorbed yourself from their responsibility. But it's good for another person to learn. I don't know why are they quick to be sending someone on scholarship to Turkey. I feel like there's some dubiosity around it. Why will you be sending somebody to scholarship, sending a group of people to Turkey, sending a group of people to scholarship, to Cyprus? What is there? What is the big deal? What is the attraction? If you must, then send them to a neighboring African country. Last, they can use bus to come home, right? It's still the same Africa. Before you go and put yourself and that person in problem, if you know you're not going to be able to sponsor them, because you send person to Russia, send somebody to Turkey, send somebody to Cyprus. Why? When there are so many universities in Nigeria. So what is the point of doing that? I don't get it. If the person is going for masters, you can say, okay, maybe there's a specialization that they are not able to do in Nigeria. That one is a different. But if it's a bachelor degree, why do you have to send somebody abroad? Why? Why do you have to send somebody that is not your child? Somebody that you want to help? Eh? Exactly. They can send them to private university in Nigeria. Why do you have to do go? That is a risk, honestly. Even though he helped them, but it's a very big risk. I hope that that man will learn. I'll just say I know that you want to help people, but you have to put other things into consideration. I saw another man that is on the street. I think he was begging. They brought him from Aba, the same OPM helper. He wants to help him. He took him from Aba. Pastor, don't do that. Help people where they are. If the person is in Aba, help him there in Aba. Whatever help you want to render, let him get it in Aba. Because removing people from their natural environment is not a good thing, because they will not be fully dependent on you, and you may not be able to meet up. And as a helper, you give today, you give tomorrow, you give next tomorrow. When you don't give it on the fourth, on the fifth day, they've forgotten the first one, they've forgotten the second one, they've forgotten the third one. It's only those fourth and fifth or anyone you didn't give that is in the record. So why do you want to do that? But if you help them where they are still with their family, they are still in their environment. If they don't see your help, they will take it like that. They will fall back on their system that they are already used to, their system they are coming with, because you just came into their life at a point. So why do you want to uproot the person and go and put the person in another environment? If you do that, be ready to take responsibility for that person for as long as it takes. You can no longer have the luxury to say, I've helped him one, I help him two, I help him three, I'm not doing again. No, because why? You want to remove that person from his natural environment. So you have to follow it to the end, because if the person fall back, he has no family, he has no friend, he's new to the terrain, he doesn't know. For example, you went to bring Deborah's parents from all the way from the north, where people are living, you know, different life. They are valuing things differently. You now go and bring them in a place like Port Harcourt. You now say, okay, you open restaurant, big flamboyant thing, but you don't even know the capability of the person. Is the person able to cook? The kind of food when they cook, is it the kind of food that they will eat in that place, right? Because every town, every people, they have their own tongue. Food is culture. And even if you want to open, even if you want to get any kind of business, you don't know their capacity. But if you help them where they are, like maybe you say, okay, instead of going through all those trouble to remove them from there, where they are, you can improve their life there. And anything you give them at any time, at any point, you give it to them where they are, they know how to adjust it into their lives, and they will be very grateful. But when you go and bring them out, then they are depending. You don't carry dependence with that. You don't carry dependence with that. That's why before you bring somebody for this abroad, for example, they will have you looking at your capability, your job, your housing accommodation, if you're able to support that person for a long period of time, because there is no guarantee that any magic can happen, the person will pick up and the life will just go. But if the person is not able to, you should be able to still be the support base that the person will get. So most of the time, we want to help. Like I see a lot of people, they see people on the road, they want to help, they do video, they will rent a room for them, they will take them out of the street. You don't know the situation that even brought them in that street in the first place. You don't even know if their mental health is 100%. There are so many things that is playing out that make somebody to end it. So the solution is not necessarily going to rent a house or something like that. You understand? So yeah, I just say let me chip in my own 2 cents. Exactly. There are terms and conditions, yeah, and there are no explanations. There are no explanations. It is what it is. Just follow it through. Just follow it through, or you will withdraw. These people, that's their own is, they know the year. That's what they know, the year go come. They will just be doing their own sha, as if no, they, like, once you sign that thing, you signed it. Yeah. So I don't know his motivation for wanting to remove people from their natural, when I'm saying natural environment, I mean their state where they know them, all those kind of a thing. Yeah. So yeah, there was this video that was making wave the other day too, that I was going to talk about. I don't know if you guys saw this video. So this lady, she's an Igbo lady. She went to China. I don't know. And
我是国际学院第9级汉语英文学专业的陈月。
So this is a Nigerian lady in China.
尊敬的领导、老师、亲爱的同学们，大家好。我是国际学院第9级汉语英文学专业的陈月。
She's a Nigerian, no. She went there and she's one of the best graduating students, and she's giving this valedictory speech in Chinese language.
为什么还选择读中文系？在中文系学什么？怎么学？学得怎么样？其实当时选择这个专业，我也很茫然。
Wow.
要掌握汉字，还
要掌握这
些汉字组成的诗词歌赋，我容易吗？
Respect.
很快发现，生活在西南大学学古诗一点也不难。下雨时走在玉兰花下，我感受到了夜来风雨声，花落知多少。
I don't know. I think the volume is low.
来到樟树林，我明白了鸟鸣山更幽，蝉噪林已静。春天漫步成。
Oh, I'm so sorry. You guys are not seeing the video. Oh no.
尊敬的领导、老师、亲爱的同学们，大家好。我是国际学院第9级汉语英文学专业的陈月，来自尼日利亚，很荣幸代表2023届全体来华留学毕业生发言。大家也许会奇怪，一个外国人学汉语就可以了，为什么还选择读中文系？在中文系学什么？怎么学？学得怎么样？其实当时选择这个专业，我也很茫然，不仅要掌握汉字，还要掌握有这些汉字组成的诗词歌赋，我容易吗？但我很快发现，生活在西南大学学古诗一点也不难。下雨时走在玉兰花下，我感受到了。
Now, wow, Nigerians are trying.
起风时来到樟树林，我明白了鸟鸣山更幽，蝉噪林已静。春天漫步成舟湖。
It would have been better if we had English interpretation of what she's saying, because we don't even know what she's saying. But I feel like it's also good to show this kind of video, because up until now, it's always when we get into trouble that they will be showing our people, oh, our people are in trouble, they are causing problem again. So when we still see someone like this, it's also good to take pride and also say, we thank God for this one. No, at least may they still say, we are also very good in other things. Not every time only the bad things that we are doing.
秋天抬头看到女性，我体会到了清空以后排云上，便以诗情到底消。感谢母校，让我在诗意的校园爱上中文，感受了中文之美。西南大学给我打开了一扇门，让我从此走进迷人的文化世界。
那哇哦，这种
到朱熹，从李白到苏轼，从汉唐边关到。
I wonder what she's saying, but I mean, it's not a small thing. Now look at the gathering.
为热爱，所以想将这里的文化带向世界。在一带一路的宏伟建设，
Now, so we don't learn Chinese, oh, hey, no be small thing.
作为一名留学生，我深感自己的使命责任。在西南大学浓厚的文化氛围中，我加入了留学生诗词表演社团，和一群志同道合的同学参加了各种活动。
At least this one is breaking the might. Say we don't know anything.
年，我们获得了东盟艺术节诗词朗诵一等奖。这是从全
Yeah, she's from Anambra.
120多个作品中脱颖而出的，只有2个一等奖。
Wow.
足以见我们西南大学留学生的实力，也足以见西南大学的实力。你们知道
I wish we can know what we are.
诗词大会节目吗？你们参加过吗？那我要骄傲地说
Exactly. Even here now, they are teaching Chinese in their school here in Germany.
上了中国诗词大会的舞台，与立波、堪正聊李白，还现场背诵了《将进酒》。君不见黄河之水天上来，奔流到海不复回。君不见高堂明镜悲白。
See the way she's even saying it, accentuating the whole thing. Now, wow.
当我背诵完，全场掌声雷动，感谢母校。信母校给了我
And they, hey, not be smart, you know.
我爱西南大学，从一个汉语都说不好的老外，变成了能流利朗诵唐诗宋词的西大学子。
Yes,
我
so
不想快乐的时光变成春花秋月何时了，往事知多少。所以我选择留在母校读研究生。
this one now CEO of big company, they see like this, so now, like our brother said.
传播的能力，优秀灿烂的文化不仅是中国的，也应该是世界的。期待有一天，通过我们共同的努力，
It's almost like she has their accent safe.
风同正直，变成天生我材必有用，变成天下谁人不识君。谢谢大家。
Wow. Respect.
谢谢陈月同学。
I've lived in 5 different countries in Africa. I've lived in Malawi, Botswana, Zambia, Morocco, and Nigeria.
Oh, there's
I've also travelled extensively in South
okay, this is
Africa,
another video.
Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Egypt. Never once in all my years of living or travelling on the African continent have I been mistreated in any way.
So this man, he's talking about how he was treated in Africa versus how African people are being treated when they leave Africa. So I don't know why this thing is playing. I didn't know, it just kind of started playing. I said, okay, why not? Let's listen to it.
In 5 different countries in Africa. I've lived in Malawi, Botswana, Zambia, Morocco, and Nigeria. I've also travelled extensively in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Egypt. Never once in all my years of living or travelling on the African continent have I been mistreated in any way because of my ethnicity, because of my skin colour. And this is in spite of the fact that I come from a country who are guilty for some of the worst colonial crimes ever inflicted throughout human history. That's right, I was born in Great Britain. And without doubt, the British and the French committed the greatest atrocities across the continent of Africa. The Belgians have a good claim for the greatest atrocity in their treatment of the Congolese, but if one looks at it as an entity and the number of countries that were invaded by the British and French colonialists, one will see that they are the worst protagonists. Despite this, and despite the behavior of my ancestors, I have never been mistreated.
Okay.
In fact, I have been welcomed warmly in all of the countries I have lived in or visited.
Okay.
And when in Africa, I don't cocoon myself in some enclave dome which is inhabited by people who like to refer to themselves as expats. I hate that term. But no,
I hope the
I
audio is loud
integrate
enough.
as much as possible within local society. I will go to a shebeen. I will go to any compound and experience life as it is for people in the country where I am based. So whether that's in the village, whether it's in the township, whether it's in the local bar, I will integrate, I will mix, and I am always made welcome. Now contrast that with the way many Africans are treated when they choose to live in the United Kingdom or France or other parts of Europe. The difference is incredible. The everyday racism experienced by African people on the European continent is a crime against humanity. Now, there are different types of racism. The most obvious is the day-to-day experience that an African will have whilst living in parts of Europe. The name calling, the staring, the subtle discrimination. And for many Africans, they will just brush it off because it is so common that they just get used to it, sadly. Worse, though, is the institutional and structural racism that Africans have to abide with. The restrictions on their movements, the fact that most passports emulating from the African continent will only allow Africans to travel visa-free to a handful of countries. And most of those will be other African countries or countries in the Caribbean. And moreover, the difficulty that Africans have finding work in Europe is unimaginable. People who are qualified as doctors, accountants, lawyers, university lecturers, nurses, teachers do not have their qualifications and experiences recognized by most European countries. I know many people from Africa working in various parts of Europe as security guards or as care assistants when back home they had highly skilled professional jobs. But that experience is rarely recognized when they come to Europe unless they come as part of a transfer with an existing company. But if they come because they've migrated to Europe, their chances of accessing the sort of job which they are eminently capable of is slim. Now, if a black person was making this video, they would be quickly dismissed. They'd be dismissed as having an axe to grind or always trying to find problems. And again, that's part of racism. The fact that I can speak because of my white privilege means that I have a duty to do so. Not because I'm married to an African woman or because I have many African friends, but because I like to think I'm a decent human being who appreciates the value in every person on our planet.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've heard it from the man video. So, you know why I don't know
We
why.
have also decided.
Wait, the important thing to notice now, we are talking about colonialism from Europe and all those kind of a thing, and we are still grasping with the whole situation, like he mentioned. Like I tell you guys always, it's not easy. It's very hard for you. Can be educated all you want. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The only time, if at all, you have to start from beginning as if you are coming from secondary school, you start from beginning, going from beginning again, you understand? And I don't know why our people who traveled first to Europe, or like people, our elders, I don't know why they didn't communicate what is going on in Europe. And I think that is a major issue. That is a major issue why there's a disconnect. We don't know what is going on in the world. When you are in Nigeria, you don't even understand what is going on. But here, they are teaching them about us in another light. But us, we are not being taught at all. We are just left to see them through the eyes of maybe, the church. Now when you go to mass, and the person that was holding mass is a Oyibo person, church go full that day now, all those kind of a thing. The people that are good, they come to church, they bring us, you understand? Then you look at Jesus. It's like, there's a way the thing enter our consciousness. We not even the thing say, we go even they say, do people not too bad, as they are, as them black like that now, so their mind black, because we they feel say the other every other person good, now we bad, because they no teach us. So the people that went before, they never mention it. I remember that I have people who were from my family, from my village, that were in the US far back, when we were still small, those things. And when they will come back like this, everybody will be worshiping their feet there, trying to see them, even they never mention anything like what is going on. Like all these things that the Black American people are going through, we don't know anything. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe it is my own perspective. I don't know. Maybe some other people from their own part of Nigeria, they know what was going on. Me, I did not know. Honestly, I did not know. Good evening, Noble. I did not know anything. Nobody teach you all those kind of a thing. Only for you to come abroad like this, boom. You understand? The whole thing will just, blow up in your face. But one thing that is common is if you are in Nigeria and you go to another part of Nigeria, you will be confronted with a completely different culture, a completely different way of life, a completely different language. You will just be like, like real foreigner, like the things we experience abroad as foreigners, as Black people, we already experience it within Nigeria. Like if you leave Igbo land and you go to Yoruba land, they're going to be seeing like Omo Igbo, like you are just different. First of all, you're not hearing the language, and then you are just coming, and the way they eat is different, their staple food is different. So everything is just different. You have to be taking in all those things, and then at some point in the future you begin to acclimatize and adapt. The same thing that happens also when you come abroad. Certain things get easy for you with time. So why am I saying this thing? We have seen our sister now. She has gone to China. She has learned the language. So we are talking about European colonizing. We come to Europe, you learn their language, you learn German, you learn English, you learn French, you learn Portuguese, you learn Spanish, so that you can go into their society and work and function and be able to have a good life, all those kind of a thing. And now the Chinese, we are going to be learning Chinese so that we'll be able to have a work opportunity, so that we can have access to that market and all those kind of a thing. But meanwhile, now where we did, we still did for our own country, from our own way, Instead, we're only preoccupied with what we they think every day now. How we want to scatter, how we want to burn, how we want to spoil them. The politician where they give office, they don't understand. I believe that if we are taught what is going on in the world, it will make a difference even with our politicians. They will understand that they don't need to steal all the resources to go and put it in Obodo Yibo, because when they get to that Obodo Yibo, now that car eye they go still take, they look them. So they will understand there is a pride to build their own country. I really believe that because they don't understand the going on in the world, so they cannot really understand the importance for us to build up our own space and make it functioning. That is only way we can have our respect and our place on the face of this earth. Otherwise, we will have learned German, we have learned English, we have learned Spanish, we have learned Portuguese, we have learned Italian. We are going to still learn Chinese. We are going to learn Lebanese. We are going to learn Japanese. We are going to learn all the E's. We never even start. And now where we did, we still did. Why? Because we never understand how the world is working, right? We don't understand. That's why when I'm looking at all these people that they are doing all this Biafra, I will be laughing, because you want to do Biafra, but actually you want to escape from your original Igbo-ness. You say you are Jew, you say you come from Israel, your misleader is doing Elohim, Eloah. You are not even thinking about building, putting structure, language, culture, value system. You understand? Because your mind is set on destruction. You have come to destroy. And because you don't understand how things are working in the world. And even you that you are saying you want to create an African Eldorado, you are still looking at the same African people. You say you want to come and create an Eldorado, and you are cursing them, say, Ndoji, Ndoji, black people, Ndoji, because in your mind, you have elevated yourself to be like the English, the British, the German, the European, the Chinese. You understand? It's unbelievable that we are still going through all this. And there's no end to it. There's no end to it. Yes, they will. Really? So our sister is saying that they knew. Uh-huh. I didn't know. Yeah, they cannot. Yeah, yeah. Because the first thing, like, that's the difference with when children are growing, for example, here in Germany, is the value system that they are communicating with the children. They are not really teaching them A for apple. They are not teaching them. They are even up to 5, 6 years. They are not teaching them reading and writing. They are allowing them to play, explore. They are teaching them the rules of the system, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, why is that not acceptable, the road law, like for example, when it's red, you stop, when it's green, you go, that kind of a thing, the signs on the road. If you see red with a sign, what does it mean? This means don't. This means you can fall down. This means there is danger of eyes. This means all those kind of a thing. Exactly. They will just have to. So we have to go into our psychology. Our sister is saying that they know, because me personally, I don't know. I've never heard that they are suffering in America. I don't even know. Honestly, I did not know. The time I have to watch television and I'm watching all this, like for example, I used to like coming to America, and all this Rambo, you know, Sylvester Stallone, all those we used to watch. I don't know, say that they suffer for dear, I don't know anything. Oh, you understand? Oh, when we get to watch television, I will be seeing Fine House, Fine Street, all those kind of things. When we get to be reading their novels, because we used to read a lot of novels. Then there was no Facebook, so everybody was reading. That kind of a thing. We didn't know. And I also come to realize that they too, they didn't even know that we are going through colonization and all those kind of things. Everybody is suffering their own subjugation in one way or the other. We didn't know each other's wahala. Yeah, Exactly, exactly. Yeah. He's he's fighting, he's not fighting for anything. First of all, he's only trying to enrich himself and destroy. The guy has mental problem. It's obvious. It's obvious. He's very obvious that he has mental problem. He's a schizophrenic. He has problem. He's supposed to be helped. He's not going to help anybody. So my people, what am I even saying? I'm saying that we have finished learning European. Oh, all road to the east. Now there we won't come learn. Now maybe now that one our children go learn. No, all the east. Still we there where we there. Meanwhile, God has given us a country, one of the richest in mineral resources, in human resources, everything to be proud of. Nigeria can be like Russia, self-sufficient in every ramification. But for where? Our leader, they don't understand. They think say they will go to Switzerland, pack all the money, go and keep there, go and buy house. Look at what governor of Anambra State, Shebi, they have gone to back to their Tesla, living their best life according to them. Abia State governor already Australia, the family are there. Somehow in our mind, it was elevated that abroad is better, abroad, everything abroad. In those days they would say Jan dead, everything Jan dead is Jan dead. So everybody that was like that Jan dead is not today it started. You understand me? So we are looking Jan dead, but the Jan dead that we are going to, the eye where they say they look you say you be like this, no be the same. And they know they tell them, and they know they tell another person. I feel like we really need to teach some of the things that happen, not in a way to be hating, but just to understand. Because how will you think about having pride and respect, self-respect for yourself as Onyoji, if you don't even understand how Onyoji is being looked at as a Dudu person, how they say they look you? If you don't understand how they see the whole world, see Dudu person, how will you even understand the need for you to elevate yourself and build some pride in yourself, like someone that is a president, for you to elevate and uplift yourself? You see that all these Asian people, they understand. That's why the first thing they do is education. Education. They pump money into education. But if you see our own, it's like education has to be a luxury. Our big men and big women, they can't even conceive it in their, like, think about, say, their housemaid, and their own child is going to the same school and sitting in the same class and listening to the same teacher, because they don't even think it far enough that in the same we are trying to build a society that everybody's supposed to exist in that society, whether big or small. They are not thinking about it like that. Somehow in their mind, they are feeling like my own child is so high up there, he's going to only exist in high up there, go America and come back. It's never going to have anything to do with the lower class. So, that colonial mindset is what they really inherited from beginning to end. Like when Oyibo came, they say we not rich, we not even be woman being, all those kind of things. Then if they only build road to GRA, they only build road to airport, to seaport, they only build hospital, everything good for that government reserve area, for all those GRA. That's why every place you see all those GRA, they are like Europe. And then the remaining one, they will carry and go and put it in their bank. So our own leaders now, whether they be president, whether they be House of Rep, whether anybody will enter office, go reach local government chairman, their own mind be say, I no come be, me and una no be the same again. I don't different from una. So I go carry all that money, I go put for abroad. My children no fit to dey mingle with una again. My children go only dey mingle with their fellow big people for obodo oyibo. So they go pack their children, go abroad. They will go buy house for abroad, that kind of thing. Then they go remove their children for Nigeria school, go put them for abroad school. They go they go thief all the money, go buy house here. Many of their houses are abandoned. I'm telling you. There's a video, I don't know if I find that video and show you. a building that they abandoned. A Nigerian politician, whatever, if you see the mansion, big house, and then maybe he died or something like that. Nobody was there to look after the house, and then the council took up the house is just abandoned. Big mansion. Big mansion. Oh, it's back. Sorry, there was a break. Yeah. Exactly. It's true because they are trying to be better. But that system say that mind say they go just dey look at that kind. I said many times. Now waiting ongoing something. I believe say before somebody will become a governor, a House of Rep member, a senator, they're supposed to go one kind school, policy school, maybe they teach them some kind things. Because somebody will just come from anywhere to come and become a governor. What skill does he bring to become a governor? Nobody is even talking about it. What skill do they bring to become a senator? A failed governor will go to the Senate and retire. Why? So how is something going to be good? And they don't understand colonialism, that they are the new colonialists. They are the one colonizing us now because they don't understand what is at stake. So when you have to learn the language of another people before you will survive, before you will be able to earn good money, before you will practice your profession, which one pass that one? That means the person pass you 100 times. You are the person, not be mate. We said that they beg. You will see, if even today, if you see our people to speak the language that they had, not even the people abroad or anywhere, the people there in Igbo land, they will do BBC interview. You will see people, they'll be interviewing that they will not be able to speak Igbo. They will not be able to speak Igbo in Igbo land. They have not gone out of Igbo land. You will see grandma will be talking to the grandchild in English, in Alibo. It doesn't happen anywhere other place. Here in this country, they know they use any other language. Now that they are German. And you must speak it. If you come their country, you must speak it. It doesn't matter how many years it take you. You have to speak it. If not, nothing for you. You understand? So as Nigeria there now, we are not even interested. We are in any form of development. They will just be, they are not doing anything holistic. How can we have a country that is blessed like Nigeria and they are not taking care of the children? They are not caring about the future. All public schools are withered, especially in our southeast. I don't know about other places. Let me not speak. But in the southeast, it's a mess now. Why should there be no public school that have quality with trained teachers that are paid by government? How can government not pay teachers? You will be owing teachers 2 years salary. Why? Who does that? And in some parts of Abia State, they are taking the school buildings and building shops. And now the general rhetoric is school na scam. School is scam. School is scam. So everybody is now going to all these people to go and get money from them. All these what they call them, dibia. All these fake dibia to go and make money. Let me show you this one. See that? Money come to me, money come to me. Shey dem stand on top the animal? I never understand. I no dey see their leg. E be like say dem stand on top o. Wetin we never see, money, 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 money should come from all these things that they are doing. Money, money, you carry them go water. Some they use blood, they wash their head, they knack am for their head, all those things. The society is gone. Nobody cares. You understand? So it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Um, I remove it now because I don't know. It's kind of disturbing now. It's kind of graphic. Me, I don't understand what they are doing. Safe. Let me see if I will open it. Let me show you people this side a little bit. I want to build big house. My people, I don't know. I will share the link. Not gonna go watch. So many of these kind of videos now come the rain. I come the thing say even today now many technologies don't they come out, people are trying new technologies, inventing new things. Our people are just deep neck going back. And government is seeing all these people, you are living there, you are not doing anything. You call yourself a government. They are not doing anything. I wanted to share one of some of these videos. No, I won't share it. That one, they were using something like to wash their hair, to pour it on their head, and then they started to hit it on their hair. Money. I don't know how can like the thing is crazy. 2023, so many development, innovation, and some people are going back to something that I don't know. So they say school is scam. Now I'm telling you, they are breaking down schools. Because in those days, the community donated land, big land, to build primary schools and secondary schools. So because the school was big, they will have farmland, they will have sports area, big complex. They are now selling part of the land and using it to build shops. And anything that doesn't have shop in it is almost like or some kind of buying and selling activity going on. It's almost coming across as a waste. That's why you can barely see nature park or nature leisure area where people can actually go into nature and relax. No, except in your villages. But I mean, as part of the city life, you don't see. It's only where you can go to a joint and drink and all a hotel, all those kind of a thing. So I don't know. I feel like we need first of all, a lot of education to understand where we stand. So, and then we can, decide how do we proceed. But that's why I feel like all this discussion around Biafra is kind of making us to go in circle. We are not going anywhere. You are just going in circle. You think you are doing something. You think you are going somewhere. You are not going anywhere. You understand? You will just be doing the same thing every time and thinking that you are making progress. You are not. But if you can jettison this thing now, because you understand that it's literally not taking you anywhere, and it's literally not feasible. And then even if you get it, you are not going to use it for anything to benefit you. You are going to cry about it. Tell me one thing that they did politically that they have not cried about, that ended up in tears. Everything ended in tears. Every political big move you have fought for, you, it ended in tears. So you have to calm down. And for example, when they say look inwards, when we are saying look inwards, we are talking about looking inwards, really, like this. Like the way we are clapping for this lady that she learned Chinese, the same people, when you see someone that is studying Igbo, they will be laughing the person. They'll say, hey, Igbo, what are you studying in Nigerians in university? Igbo, hey. What did they take Igbo do? But you don't know that everything is founded in English. It's a language. So the beginning of everything is the language, because with the language you will communicate thought, you will communicate rules and regulation, you will communicate value system, the idioms, the sayings, the science, everything is from the language first. But when you say wetin Ejigbo eme Ejigbo wetin you go take Igbo language do, wetin where you want take Igbo language go, but you will be very proud when you are able to speak German, when you are able to, you understand? So at least you are not doing it. Why don't you encourage the people that will do it? We're supposed to have an institute that is teaching, consigning itself with Igbo language, Igbo cultures, Igbo value system, all those kind of a thing. If there are any new words, they will be doing it, working on it, bringing it, but we don't have it. And I don't know whether they have it in Yoruba, but I remember that when I was in Yoruba land, they had back in the day, Channel 7 was Igbo, was Yoruba language. I remember that our landlady in those days, Alaja, whenever you go to her house, that Channel 7 was always on, and it was always on Yoruba language. That everything they were doing was on Yoruba language in that Channel 7. And then there was also a newspaper that is Yoruba newspaper. Like you can't read Igbo, you can't read Yoruba, but it's in Yoruba language. But in Igbo land, we used to have radios that we are communicating in Igbo language. They would do drama. So radio was a very big part of the daily life, because in the morning you listen to radio, in the evening there is news, there is drama. Like you really listen and you do your imagination. Everything was in Igbo language. But I don't know if they still have it now, right? I don't know whether they turned the whole radio station to propagating propaganda, right? But back in the day, it's radio that they were using. They were using radio a lot. So that kind of a thing, the instruments that you can use to uphold value, at least let people know what is right and what is wrong, right? And let people even know why. And let people understand what it means that you are rich. You are rich not only for yourself, but for the community. That if the school is good, if you build a central primary school, a community primary school, a community secondary school for the whole village, it's for the benefit of everybody. Because when everybody go to school, have school, have access to acquire skill, people will go. The people that have money, they can still do more, but those ones, they have the basic education, you have taught them value, they are able to go and do something, and the society will hold together. But whereby you think, oh, my own, no, my own, no, you are only doing your own. Look at the rest, they are still there and they don't have any opportunity. Do you think that they are going to be looking at you for the rest of their life? No. It's not even believing people that are lighter skin. It's because of the way they have built their system, they have built their country, and they have built it up in a way that for you to be able to have access to their job market, for example, say you want to work, you have to speak their language. And so for you to speak their language, you have to learn their language. You understand? But we don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that in our place. We are not building. Everybody is looking for where to run to. And like for yesterday, I was talking with my sister. A lot of people were complaining, like, when you go, they say, when you go here, the problem in abroad, everybody is talking about all the problems that in this country, there's nothing in this country, or there's nothing in that country. And I'm just laughing because why? We are thinking, or we were trained to think that is better in that place, is the best in that place. So we're expecting that when we get there, we are going to meet a perfect situation whereby we will just cash in. Not knowing that, they are also having their own problem, but they have built a system whereby if we come in, it's going to take a long process for you to even come into their system to even have any access, right? But we don't know that. We are just thinking that the system is just there, you just have to step your foot there and you begin to access it. It is not working like that. So imagine that we have learned German, we have learned English, we have learned French, we have learned Spanish, we have learned Italian, we have learned Portuguese, and now we are learning Chinese. And we are going to learn Japanese, and we are going to learn Lebanese. We are going to learn all the E's. And now we are complaining that Oyibo do us this, Oyibo do us that. We don't even know. Those who are going to do us. Those are, they know the year now. They know the year go come. How their own go be. Hmm. Wow, that's great. That's great. Oh, like we that we are here in German speaking countries, it's a little bit difficult because you have to be speaking English or Igbo, and then there's German, and the child has to learn German to be able to start school. You understand? It's a little bit different for us that are not in English speaking country. Oh wow, that's cool. So I feel like we are slacking in the areas of development, and I feel like when you are talking about development, we are also not having the conversation of exactly what do we want when we are talking about development. What exactly does it mean when we are talking about development? And I think that maybe the next series of videos I should be doing is to actually talk about what do we expect when we're talking about development, right? To kind of start making it a conversation so that we will begin to send a message to the politicians, or to those people who are having access to our resources, the money from the country, so that they can know. Maybe they don't know. I don't know, right? I'm feeling that maybe we really need to start saying what needs to be done, right? Because I feel we have talked about the problem enough. So what can be done? What are you expecting? What are your expectations? I feel like this saying, oh, this road is an outdated something. Road, very well. You have to do the road anyway. Why does it take you all this time? Why do you have to embezzle all the money just because of road? Yeah, road is just one aspect, but there is other aspects. You understand? Eh? Yeah, yeah, there's a failure of leadership, all right, it's evident, but I feel like we really need to start from somewhere. Say, okay, maybe they will pick it up from there. Say, okay, what are we even saying when we are saying development? What exactly do we mean, right? What are we expecting? Because we are just saying development. We are, and nobody really know what do we mean by this development. Infrastructure. What do we really mean by infrastructure? Like I saw a post yesterday. Someone wanted to the governor in Kano. So they built a filling station in, I used to talk about this Kano City wall that is something magnificent, very way back. I don't know how many centuries before the Europeans came, and the Kano City was surrounded by a wall. And normally, a sensible government will know that they're supposed to preserve that Kano City wall. They're supposed to preserve it. They're supposed to keep it there as a monument, and it will be a tourist attraction, and they will make money from it. People who can travel from across Nigeria to go and see the ancient Kano city wall. But instead, they are removing it. The former governor, I don't know which administration, they remove it to build filling station. Like, seriously, you know, something that is ancient of that magnitude. But most of the time, when they are looking down on Africans, they will say, what did they do in their past time without the European? What have they done? I mean, that is something you can say, look at what they did. Like, they had a city with a city wall, right? But no, somebody just feel like it's of no value. So I read through the discussion on that thread, and they were saying, what value is it? An old century historic monument. What does that mean? What about the people who are working there? Because they are not understanding that you can also make a lot of money from that historic monument if you build it, if you preserve it. If you make a viewing of it, and people will come to Kano just to see the city wall, and a lot of people will profit from it. You understand? Yeah. I'm telling you, like, if you are looking at on nature from above, it will almost be like, what happened? It's like some kind of shanty town, like my imagination of shanty town when we used to sing about shanty towns back in the day. No vegetation, because everybody feel like any space where there's anything green is a waste, it's not beautiful or anything. You understand? Like, there's no value for green, for nature. It's like they feel like anywhere you have green or nature, there is not developed. It's something that you should see in the village. It's not something that you see in the city. And so when you are talking about anything leisure, anything nature, environmental preservation, they don't understand it. They want to build up everywhere, and that's why there's a lot of erosion, gully erosion, eating up away the most of the countryside. Sometimes even house fall into those open grounds. Why? Because they are not even taking it into consideration that is a serious issue to be dealt with. That the erosion, is eating up the ground because of the pathway of the water, because they'll block everywhere, and the houses are not planned. You know how it sprawls and it's sprawling. You first of all build house, and then you beg your neighbor, so let me make a road there. So what we are talking about developing, we are talking about cities that are planned. So you bring out, you map out a master plan, put road, and then people can start building along that plan. So even if it is a village, you can still do it. That's what we call development. So people don't just wake up and build every corner, and even they feel like the space for road is almost like a waste. They will build this, so all the road will be narrow like this. Even the gates will be by the road, bang bang bang. But I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the difference. When you go to GRA, the only time you see green is when you are in the village. But when you say you want to go to the city, it's like, and then there's this religious people, they now come and say, anywhere they see tree, they'll say there's a spirit there, die. That's where they cover, that's where they gather. So people are now afraid to see trees in their neighborhood. Like when you see I remember back then, there's a cashew fruit. There was a fruit like in front of the house, and then they started saying that that's where all the COVID, all those things. And then people were like, "Ah." So there will be no tree again, everything will just be bland, empty, no green, just concrete, 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 concrete. Very horrible way of life. All the GRA are always nice, where anywhere they are, because it's the same pattern they used to build it. All the GRA I've seen, I've not seen any GRA. Like if you go to Ikoyi, that Ikoyi area, you see, very fine. You see that Europeans that map it. The issue is not because that we are not building fine house. The issue is that the government the town planner or the urban planner. Back in the university, I remember there are people that were studying urban and regional planning and the regional development or something like that. They are the ones that are supposed to map out. So if you want to build, you go to, that's why you have government, you have a state surveyor, all those things. They will not do survey, they will not tell you where to build, they will write which part. That's what they work. So they will plan this town. So before you come and start building, they will give you the plan where you can plan, because they're supposed to plan it, plan where the road will pass. So you never build on the road. And I feel like all this demolition of all this building, what they can do is, once somebody needs to pass the law that once someone has built a house and lived in that house for 2 years, the government loses the right to break it down, because they are supposed to do oversight, not to be sitting down and then when people have wasted all their money, their life savings to build a house, you now come and say they did not follow order. No, it is your duty to make sure that if they are not following order, that house will not stand, because you are supposed to be inspecting the areas that are under your control to make sure that nobody is stepping boundaries. So if you are not doing your job and somebody is able to build and live in that house more than two, like there should be a law like that. So not to give anybody any kind of overarching power to do bad or be mean to other people. Of course, if you tell them that they don't have power, they will not believe, So it's something that they will experience it for themselves. If they experience it, then they will not know that they don't have power. Yeah, so my people, I've stayed long. I didn't even know. I was just talking. Yeah, so thank you so much for being a part of this program. Like, I was expecting that I will get a lot of response from everyone because of the video that I put for, but it's still open right in the comment section. Let's continue the conversation. And I think we really need to start talking about development, building, what are our expectation. Because if you don't have a map out expectation, you can't even say somebody didn't meet your expectation, because you didn't say what is it exactly you are expecting. What are we expecting from the government? What do you expect from your local government? What is the situation now? Where do you want to see your local government? Where do you want to see your state in the next 4 years? So at least let's give it a timeline. Let's say maybe in the first year, in the second year, what are our expectations? What are they able to accomplish, so we can actually take it from there. So have a great evening and good night and nice week. Take care of yourself. God bless all. Bye for now. No problem.